football.
Here comes Ware. Hit by Ware. Sacked by Ware.
Goodness gracious, 94 is unstoppable.
DeMarcus Ware. And Ware's got him again.
I want to hit, and I don't like to be hit.
That's a quarterback's nightmare to see.
Nowhere to go except down in the arms of Ware.
Bill Parcells wants to get bigger on defense. He wants to get a pass rusher.
With the 11th selection in the 2005 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select DeMarcus Ware, defensive end, Troy State.
Blitz by Ware. Rattay rushed, hit, sacked by Ware. Came right through the fullback, did DeMarcus Ware for the sack. And McNabb back, little late pressure, sacked at the 10 by DeMarcus Ware, who just bull rushed the left tackle, Trey Thomas.
So it's fourth down, we run off the field. Willie takes his helmet off, gives it to Ray Whitehead. He said, "You block him. I can't block you. We cannot block him like this."
Pure raw strength, his quickness off the ball, his understanding of leverage, and just sheer power. It was not about finesse. It was not about being slick. For Joe, it was simple. You know what I'm going to do. I know what you're going to do, and stop me if you can.
You know, we really need, as a Hall of Fame voting group, we need to re-examine some careers. And I think we need to re-examine the career of Joe Klecko.
The kind of problems that Joe Klecko gave them. They're Pro Football Hall of Famers. The respect they have for him is evident, and I think it speaks volumes.
In 1981, the New York Sack Exchange was born. Combining with Mark Gastineau, Marty Lyons, and Abdul Salam, Klecko and the Jets dismantled opposing quarterbacks with 66 sacks. Klecko led the NFL with 20 and a half, a franchise record.
20 and a half sacks in 1981. They're probably throwing the ball, I'm not sure what the percentage is, but they're throwing the ball a lot more now. We're throwing the ball at every level of football more. So that number is even more impressive in 1981 than it would be now.
He had 20 and a half sacks before the sacks were considered an official statistics. So you look at Joe's pages on NFL.com or Pro Football Reference, it shows 24 career sacks. But that discounts his sacks from his first 4 or 5 years in the league, including his most dominant season when he had 20 and a half.
His ability to play both outside and then to slide down and play inside, depending on what the play called for. I think that was huge, and clearly, without any question, he was the most versatile of those four guys.
I would just stress his overall excellence on a defense that had one of the coolest nicknames in NFL history, and the fact that he was the best player on that defensive line.
Displaying unparalleled versatility, the Jets played Joe at defensive end, defensive tackle, and nose tackle during his career. Despite the constant movement around the line, he was unstoppable against the pass and the run.
There are not many players in NFL history who've gotten 7+ sacks at the nose tackle position, which is what he had. He had 7.5 sacks. He had the ability to wiggle inside like a John Randall type, to play a very, very athletic nose tackle.
The guys who get credit for their run defense are linebackers and safeties. It's very rare that defensive linemen get looked at for their run-stopping ability.
When you play defensive end and you've been counted on, you have Gastineau on the other side to get to the quarterback, that's a completely different job than playing a defensive tackle in a 4-3 or nose tackle in a 3-4. Nose tackles and 3-4s are mainly, run stoppers and be expected to clog the middle, but Joe got good pressure from up the middle.
We tried to double him as much as we could. You get your hands inside. Once you got your hands inside with him, you hang on for dear life, because he's going to try to throw you or club you or whatever.
He didn't care that much about the attention. And to me, that's a real team player. You're doing it for the team. He wasn't necessarily the guy who would be in front of the cameras. He was the guy that the Jets rallied around on and off the field.
May ride to the Super Bowl with that one.
Baby, I'm going to San Diego.
Best player at my position, Darrelle Revis.
I would say Darrelle Revis.
I have to give it to Darrelle Revis.
Darrelle Revis somehow on his back picks it off.
I think a guy that's done it consistently for so long and still doing it the same way, it's kind of hard to take that claim away from him.
This game is unmatched. When he's on the field, he's the best player on the team.
On the 21-yard line, play action, but Manning goes down. No way to stop DeMarcus Ware, who has a sack in his third straight game. On the move to try to get him out of harm's way. It's third down and 11. Ware is coming, the ball's out. Atlanta Tampa Bay tied at 14. That ball is out. They're ruling it a fumble, and the Dallas Cowboys have it. Knocked out by DeMarcus Ware. First and 10 after a 19-yard gain. Well, under pressure. DeMarcus Ware, who has his own little celebration of the sack. One of the reasons Washington on third down. Coming off the edge, it's Ware. DeMarcus Ware went right around Thomas and picks up the sack.
And play action, standing pressured by Spears. Sack, cover, Ware, throws it out in the air, running to the 40, gets away from Smith to the 30. Ware to the score. A defensive score. What a play that is. DeMarcus Ware comes in and just tomahawks the ball. Back to the quarterback. Right to left, play fake bootleg. Screen intercepted by DeMarcus Ware. Plucked the apple off the tree. Left to the 30. Ware to the 10. Ware with his second touchdown of the year.
Shotgun. Edwards. Rolling. Throwing. Broken up. Josh Reed in a matchup with the rookie Revis.
The dime package on the field for New York. Play action. McNabb's pass. Jump ball back. Here's Edwards. They bring everybody. Edwards lets it go.
Darrelle Revis.
First interception. 44 first down. Wakefield. Beck. Goes on the backboard. Picked off.
He takes the snap. Here comes the blitz. He's under pressure. Here he throws. Down the sideline. Intercepted. Picked off by Darrelle Revis. He's off. Down the right sideline. He'll be ruled down by contact.
It's his and no one else. Royal setting up the deep ball up top and dropped. Then again from the pocket. Has time. Lobs it to the corner. Revis with the coverage. And Revis pulls it down one-handed. Darrelle Revis.
Picked off by Zach Thomas. He's in the 20. 15. He's gonna go in. Touchdown Miami. Zach somersaults into the end.
Pump fake. Over the middle. Intercepted. Zach Thomas to the 40. 35. And just like that, the Dolphins have...
Ramsey impatient. First the catch, and then he catches Zach Thomas.
Intercepted by Zach Thomas at the 45-yard line. While we talk about
10 now. After the timeout from the 42, and it may have been tipped, and the pass is incomplete. It's picked off. L.J. Smith lost it, and then Zach Thomas went to the ground and is able to pick it up before it hits the grass.
2nd and 11. Here's Palmer back to throw, and the blitz again. Zach Thomas.
You know, someone ought to try to just slow Zach down.
And they're calling me every name in the book. And I said, listen, guys, I don't care what you say. I'm going to be here all day. You can come out and get whatever you want. But you got a job, and I don't.
In his rookie season, Klecko was relentless off the edge and wreaked havoc to the tune of 8 sacks.
I was the right guard, so I'd pull. Willie Parker was supposed to reach block this guy, Joe Klecko. And Joe was a rookie. Nobody even knew anything about him. It was 1977. Anyhow, Willie couldn't block him. He had one tackle. We ran a play one time, tackle, 2-yard loss or something like that, Klecko in the backfield. Parker's frustrated. He's going, I can't block the friggin' guy. I don't know what they're calling the play for. Call it again in the 4th quarter, another sack. So it's 4th down, we run off the field. Willie takes his helmet off, gives it to Ray Witeka. He said, you block him. I can't block you. We cannot block him like this.
Using a combination of leverage and brute strength, Klecko made life miserable for some of the best offensive linemen in NFL history.
His ability was one thing, but the key thing about Joe is he never, ever quit. He was one of the blue-collar guys in football, one of those guys that just never quit. He just kept coming, kept coming, kept coming. You could never take a break with Joe.
I love playing against him because you want to test yourself. And when you go to the Pro Bowl, you want to test yourself. We practice against each other. Dang, I want to see how I do against this guy because he was the best.
After 15 years, the Rattler was retiring, and the Bengals' last home game was dedicated to him. Ken Riley joined the Bengals in 1969 and made an immediate impact on NFL receivers. Riley is 4th on the NFL's all-time interception list with 65, and throughout his career, he has taken on some of the best receivers in NFL history, not only on the field, but on paper.
I used to keep a little book, Lamar Parrish and myself. We used to study a lot of film. I used to study Willie Brown, Emmett Thomas, and some of the guys who were, all pros at the time early in my career. And I used to jot down information on the receivers that beat me, what moves they used to beat me, and I did it so that if I played them again, that I would make the same mistake twice.
So 15 years later, Ken Riley found himself wearing stripes, while his opponents found themselves seeing stars. He led the team in the AFC with 8 interceptions and scored twice in his last season.
A quick shot out in the flat. It's intercepted by Kenny Riley, and it'll be a touchdown. Down to the 10-5 touchdown. Kenny Riley picked off Jack Thompson's first pass out in the left flat.
Ken Riley is a classic performer who will be sorely missed in Cincinnati.